Hey everyone, and welcome along to another informative video and a bit of a discussion, I guess, onto the new features that were announced about Rugby Challenge 3. Now, there's some huge news coming out for this, and I said when I announced that video with the announcement of the game a few days ago that I was going to bring you more on what was coming, what the game's going to have, you know, a bit of a look at the FanHub, which I'll do in a separate video because I've had a lot of questions about how the FanHub works. So we'll cover that in another video. I'm not sure if this one will come first or the FanHub one will come first, but you'll see them either way. Check out the other if you haven't already seen it. So this is a list of the features that Rugby Challenge 3 will be featuring, coming out from this announcement a few days ago on July the 28th. In, unfortunately, Australia. So it has made True Blue Entertainment alongside Wicked Witch Software are the two main people involved with this game. So the platforms it's coming out on: Xbox One, 360, PS4, PS3 and PC. So that is good that it's a wide range of platforms, and a lot of you have questions about how the platforms will work with the FanHub as well, which we'll cover in a key feature down the list slightly. So the game will feature key rugby powerhouse sides. So this is pretty much saying we have the licensing for the following: the Wallabies, the All Blacks, England and the Springboks. They are the main ones. They're the big ones. They are under official license, and the release is planned for the last quarter of 2015. So 2015, what are we? We've just cracked into August. So, you know, we've got August, September, October, November, December. We've got 5 months left in the year, and we have a small matter of a Rugby World Cup. Now, I don't know about you, but surely they have to compete with, I'm going to say it, what seems to be an abomination of this Rugby World Cup game as well. Rugby Challenge already, Rugby Challenge 2 is a better game than what's a improved Rugby 15 is going to be, which seems that's what the Rugby World Cup game is going to be. It's going to be Rugby 15 plus, you know, international teams in a World Cup sort of scenario. But enough about that rubbish game. We're not going to talk about that. This is all about Rugby Challenge 3. One thing at a time. Okay, so the True Blue Managing Director, Sebastian Giampaglio, had this to say, apart from the offensiveness of what I just said his name. So Rugby Challenge 3 builds on the success of previous games to take the franchise to a new level with the best of the best rugby unions. So what he said pretty much is improving the game, and they've got more licenses. I don't think licenses are as big of a deal when you have a feature like the FanHub, but again, we'll get to that soon. He has more to say. We are excited with the evolutions of the new generations of consoles, pushing graphics to a stunning new zone. The new consoles complement Rugby Challenge 3 perfectly. So in that statement, pretty much is saying next-gen consoles, they're going to push what they can graphically, hopefully, and make it look a bit prettier. But I think you'll agree that the actual playment of the game is going to be a massive factor of how this works. I think that's what most people liked about Rugby Challenge 2, was how it played. Iron out those little bugs, just make some little subtle improvements. I think is all that really needs to be done, and just improve portions of the game. So the features are what we really want to know about, right? The Rugby Challenge 3 feature list was driven by the fans of Rugby Challenge 2. This is news to me. Did any of you have anything to do with this? I didn't have anything to do with this. The new features list, driven by the fans of Rugby Challenge 2? Really? Who? Where was this? Oh, I don't know. I'd have liked to have a say. I would have definitely liked to have a say. You know, surely I have one of the biggest Rugby Challenge 2 channels. Surely, I guess. We're all a bit small. We're all a bit small for that sort of stuff. Anyway, on with the features. And the big one, right at the start, Rugby Sevens. This is huge. What an addition to have Rugby Sevens in the game. Now, hopefully, if I remember while I'm editing this, to put in a few screenshots about what the squad build-ups of the Rugby 7 side looks like, so you can see from the FanHub as to what it exactly looks like, the 7 side. So you have about a squad of 20 or so, and you have your 7 players, a few subs, you know. As you'd expect, what's going to be interesting is how it works out. Now, as some people have already said, Rugby Challenge 2 does play a bit like it's already Rugby Sevens, so, you know, they're already halfway there with that. So, First Time Edition brings all the realism and fast-paced action of live seven-a-side rugby to the Rugby Challenge series. That's what they say on the features here. So, that's great. It's Rugby Sevens, fantastic news. I'm all for that. Oh, that's good. It's great. I hope it's a good feature, and I hope it's a playable feature, and I hope that the format actually plays like Rugby Sevens is going to be the huge thing, differentiating between when you're playing 15s and when you're playing 7s, that the game adapts appropriately to what you're playing. So, huge announcement number 2. This is possibly the one I'm quite looking forward to the most. If you tune into the channel already, you'll know I do quite a lot of like single player kind of stuff with Cornflake's Road to the World Cup, and you know, Nathan Nichols just kicking off his Road to the World Cup. You know, we isolate the one player and bring their career forward. Well, Rugby Challenge 3 is going to do all the hard work for me, because there is, I'll be fair, a lot of editing of squads and players and creation that goes on behind the scenes for that sort of stuff. So, Be a Pro mode, that is what Rugby Challenge 3 will have. So, as you'd expect, join a club as a rookie and control your destiny over 13 action-packed seasons. That's interesting, they got a number, so I'm guessing you'll start, what, would you start at 17 until you're 30, or will you go 20 till you're 33 or something? We'll find out one day. Complete match goals, improve your skills as a player, and work towards becoming the captain of your club. Work your way up the domestic ladder, impress selectors to play for your national team on the world stage. So that's exciting. That's a big thing. That's a massive thing as a Be a Pro. I'm excited for that one. That's going to be huge, and I can't wait to play that one on the channel for you guys. So this is what you're going to be seeing in the future. Sevens tournaments, Be a Pro seasons. Can't wait for that. Right, FanHub. Something I'm going to go into a lot more detail in the FanHub in another video, but for now, if you're confused what it is just a small, they call it a demo, but it's a little application you can run where you can create teams, create players, build teams with the Create a Player tool, and build up squads and that, just so that when the game comes out, you can have squads already built, you know, like other players, so for example, I can create the Glasgow Warriors, for example, and I can upload that, and you guys can all download my Glasgow Warriors team. So that's how it works, you know. As you all know, teams like the French Top 14, the Pro 12, are not licensed. So that means the FanHub people can create those competitions. They can create updated rosters, updated kits as well. Keep this in mind, you know. And anyone can download it to their own game. I can create an updated roster for 2016 season. You can download it as well through the FanHub when the game's released, and right now even. So that's what it is. I hope that's not too confusing, because it is a great concept. We've seen it with Don Barron and Cricket, that as soon as the game was released, you just went click, and you were completely full up with the actual players from around the globe, all competitions, everywhere. So the FanHub, as it states it here, probably explains it better than me. An interactive player creator allows you to create yourself as a player and then play through the ranks. Okay, so yeah, that's to play as yourself. Players and teams can be shared online across all supported platforms. Those last few words are key. Big time key. That means, like a lot of you have asked, you can come onto your Xbox, you can come onto your PS4, you can come onto your PC, and all three of them can download the same players, the same teams and everything. So that is huge. I know a few of you have asked already, so if you do have an Xbox, yes, you can download anything from the FanHub from any other platform. That is massive. So the other points that comes across here: crisp next-gen graphics, increased resolutions and textures. That's pretty good. You know, we all want prettier graphics. That's an important thing. Real-time commentary from seasoned rugby commentators Grant Nisbet and former All Black turned commentator Justin Marshall. I know how much you all love Justin Marshall. French language commentary from Eric Bale and Thomas Lombard. So there you go for you French fans out there. I know there's a lot of you, although you don't have your teams fully licensed. Rely on the FanHub, guys. Rely on the FanHub. French language as well, big part of that for you guys playing at home that like your own commentary as well there. Okay, we also have the game modes that are just standard single match, multi-team competition, extensive, multi-year career mode. I'm looking for a big improvement on the multi-year career mode as well. That's surely, we'll have skill progression and, ups and downs of the skills. Be a pro mode is a big part of online multiplayer. That's another one we'll be looking at big time to see if the online multiplayer mode is up to standard, if we can actually play a match without having a big lag fest like we seem to do at the moment. 11 competitions, including the all-new Super Rugby, which will be interesting. That's with the Argentinian and Japanese sides, I presume. That's going to be interesting as well. The ITM Cup, and for me a big one as well, the Curry Cup. How fantastic will it be to have the Curry Cup in Rugby Challenge 3? So that's the features list that they've brought out with the announcement a few days ago. It's got a link here at the bottom for the FanHub if you want to get it. I'll explain it. So if you don't understand what you have to do, you need to get Steam, which means you can just Google Steam and it will be Steamworks, a small download. It's a little application you can bring up, and it's a store and it's all sorts of things, but primarily it's a program you can run games through. You can download from Steam, so you install Steam, bring it up, then you might have to create an account and all that sort of rubbish as well. You can search Rugby Challenge 3, we call Rugby Challenge 3 Demo, download that, launch it through Steam, bang, you're in the game, you can create, you can have fun, and it's all on Steam, which is easy, super easy. While you're there, might as well add me and have a chat as well. If you're having any problems, you can add me, Cornflake, I'm there. What else would I be? There's a couple of screenshots at the bottom here, which I'll hopefully bring up over the screen so you guys can have a look at what the game screenshots look like early on. But yeah, that's a little look at the features coming into Rugby Challenge 3. Big news, Rugby 7s, be a pro. They're the two big ones for me. I can't wait to play them out. Can't wait to come up with some great new ideas. You guys have come up with awesome ideas already for Rugby Challenge 3, for Rugby Challenge 2 that I've done. Bigger and better for the future. Thanks you for tuning in. I hope this answers a few questions you may have about the announcement of Rugby Challenge 3. Cannot wait for release last quarter 2015. I'll let you know if I hear anything else about what is coming up. Thanks all for tuning in and watching. Hope this answered a few of your own questions. Feel free to leave any more you may have in the comments as well, or hit me up on Twitter as well. You can catch me on there. But until next time, thanks for tuning in and watching, and take care.